Hey, Michelle back. It's a lot of traffic, so I might as well talk because I know I'll probably forget once I get back to the hotel. Not that I'll forget, but I'll figure, I'll talk about it another time. But I just saw I just saw something, and it made me think about something that I need to clarify. I saw like this particular highway I'm on is dedicated to a particular person, a former president. You know, I call him, I won't say, you know who I'm talking about. If you understand this highway that I'm on, and it was dedicated to a former president, and you guess, you try to figure out who that is and who I'm talking about. He was a president in 2008. Okay. All right, so around 2008, I told you there's a lot of things that was a significant time for all of us. And it could have been it could have had a little bit more of a significance. But, sometimes, under the best circumstances, you still end up with the worst outcomes and the worst consequences. And I talked about this earlier about jealousy and envy again, because I think that's why his particular reign as president was not successful. Okay, because he could not trust the company he kept. Okay, he relied on the wrong type of advisors, in my opinion, and sadly, those same advisors are still in office as we speak. He relied on advisors that he believed had his best interest but it turns out it was anything but. Okay, this particular former president, I hadn't had a chance to read his book yet, and I plan to, along with his wife. But I have been so busy because what I'm doing right now is a job. How about that? This journey I'm taking is a job. I consider it a job. I consider it responsibility. I consider it my duty to do what I'm doing. How about that? And that's how serious I take it. But anyway, this particular former president just did not have the proper advisors at his side, in his ear. And I told you, it's so important to have the right type of people in your ear. Okay, to know the circle that you keep. Because usually your right-hand man is the one that will do you in every time. Your right-hand man or right-hand woman. It all depends, on the circumstances. And I told you there's a lot of hidden hands. There's a lot of people with their hands in everybody's pockets. There's people that are benefiting from the struggles and the difficulties of others. It's a beneficial thing to them. There are people in this world, usually in politics, who do not, by any means necessary, will promote peace and love. I told you about the Jim Jones experience, okay, that involved politicians. I told you about COVID that involved politicians. So, and these are my theories and opinion. And I'm going to say it, that again, my theories and opinion. I don't have any secrets. I don't know any more than anybody else. All I do is put two and two together and use logic, okay, and be reasonable and understanding. But this particular president, thankfully, and I think he'll look back on all of it, he did fail because he was attempting to do the impossible. He is one man. One man cannot, as they say, one man cannot control an island, or some quote. One man cannot do it all by himself. Okay, it requires the collectiveness of all of us. Not even 1 million people can solve the ills that we face these days. Not even 1 million, especially when you consider we almost are 10 billion deep and growing. So that's what I meant by failure. But like I also said, failure is necessary, actually. And failure is a teaching moment, and it's required. So it's not that he's a failure. That man is wonderful. My dad loved this former president. All right, he's wonderful. But at the same time, he, in my opinion, may have taken on more than he can chew. I don't know. I think he's just had the worst advisors at his side, the worst advisors in his ear than any other president may have experienced, being honest with you. Okay? And I know this former president probably realized that early on in his presidency, that this is going to be dangerous for him for the rest of his life, actually. Okay, because that's just the nature of the beast. Okay, and so, in my opinion, because of the type of person he is, if he did not fail, I would question his integrity, actually, his virtues. And I don't have to now, because he did fail, and he had to fail because he was in a failing system, a system of smoke and mirrors. Okay, so I do send my heart, not my heart, but I do, because remember, heart is just an organ. It has no value. It doesn't have that type of value that we all, associate with our heart. And so I'll explain that at another date. But I send peace and love, okay, the energy of peace and love to anyone who makes the effort, okay, whether you fail or not, whether you get elected or not. If your efforts are genuine, and you walk in the talk, you talk to people, you don't talk down to people per se. You do everything in your power to make the best of the situation, and you do everything in your power to leave it better than you found it. Okay, but in our certain field of politics, I just don't see how that's going to ever be possible during my lifetime. But maybe my young people can find some solutions, because that's what we need, solutions. And for people to stop shuffling paper around and shuffling blame around. Okay, I've told you the cities that have no reason to be pointing fingers anywhere. Okay, and I don't want to have to repeat it again. All right, I'm out here, in the elements of it all. Visually taking it all in. All right, in the best way possible, hearing it as well, seeing it. My ears are still haven't popped as a way. They pop, but I can tell they need to be popped some more. And I just want to say, like I said, that to that particular former president, he still will go down as one of the best this country has ever had, regardless of what anybody says. Okay, so what anybody else has to say anyway. He's going to go down as being one of the best that this world has ever had. Okay? And that's just how it is with us. I guess we just don't deserve good quality people. We love the smoke and mirror types. And even the ones that are doing the best they can, like I said, in LA. Okay, there's not a problem in LA any more than anywhere else. Okay? It's just because of the leadership. And the same thing with New York, I'm sure. Same thing with District of Columbia, I'm sure. Okay? And also keep in mind, when you have people always targeting you, you're going to have to understand that what comes with that comes with bribery. You can easily bribe people. You can easily set people up. You can easily compromise people, and it's usually via their bedrooms, unfortunately, via their bedrooms. Certain people will always be in bedrooms of their opponents. A lot of it is due to jealousy and envy, because they're probably sexually frustrated, because that's the only way someone would be that interested, in my opinion, in someone's bedroom manners or bedroom activity, is because you're frustrated. Because otherwise, why would you care? You should be getting your freak on, as they say, and not be worried about whether someone else is or whoever someone chooses to bring into their bedrooms. I told you, most people that are frustrated, they're sexually frustrated, they're crusty, you know, and they're pissed off because nobody wants to sleep with them, nobody wants to go out with them, you know, and people, and it cause people's skin to crawl. Okay, that's factual. At any rate, like I said, I'm on the highway and I saw that name on the billboard or on the sign, and it made me think about a former president. Like I say, you know, he's a wonderful man, but one man can't handle the complexities of what this world faces. It requires a large collective of people. I mean, because we're 10 billion deep, it's going to require at least at least 5 billion to make an impact, in my opinion. 5 billion collectively coming together and doing whatever, you know. So that's going to be something to see in the future, you know, for the descendants to have to deal with, you know, the young people, the toddlers, you know, or the toddlers' children, or whatever the case may be. It's going to be a descendant matter, and they're going to be left with a whole lot of destruction, and they're going to be pissed off and angry with their parents. They're going to be pissed off and angry with their ancestors. They're going to be pissed off and angry with their forefathers, you know, to have allowed something of this magnitude to happen. So as I travel along, that's why I said let me do San Francisco tomorrow, because I knew the traffic was going to be like this way, and plus it's Friday. You know, everybody get all excited because it's Friday, and so a lot of these people are going home, and you know, I guess handling their business, I hope. So I'm gonna go ahead and get, you know, so that's why I can talk and be on the cell phone, because the roads are not, I don't have any issues too much with the roads, so the roads are kind of smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and send peace and love again, and again, I'm so glad that billions and billions and billions of other people are talking. So I don't feel like I'm just talking, because I know that's illogical. Everybody's talking. Everyone's doing whatever they can to control their narrative and get out as much information as they can, and not allow the media, certain levels of media outlets, to continue to steer information and steer conversation and steer, you know, narratives, and put out false narratives about people, you know, just to sell a paper or just to clickbait and all this crap. You know, even though some of these podcasters may be clickbaiting, you know, clickbait, but a lot of this is coming out of their mouths. You know, they're telling their experience out of their own mouths, and it's not coming from third parties, like I said, some of the media outlets and such, and other hidden hands of third parties. All right, so let's stop it there, and trust me, I'll be back.